And speaking of Santa, Norad Santa Tracker has followed the movements of jolly old Saint Nick for 60 years now. But how did the military become involved with this holiday tradition? As One America's Cramer explains, it all started with a wrong phone number and a military member with a little Christmas spirit.
We've all dialed a wrong number, but very rarely do the misplaced digits end up connecting to phone lines that are this important.
The red phone ringing is either the Pentagon calling or the four-star general, General Partridge. So I picked it up and I said, "Yes, sir, this is Colonel Shoup."
It was 1955, and a small newspaper in Colorado Springs printed this ad from Sears that implored children to call Santa with their Christmas lists. The problem was that the number wasn't Santa's phone at the North Pole. The digits instead connected to Continental Air Defense Director of Operations, Colonel Harry Shoup.
I said, "Sir, can you read me all right? Are you really Santa Claus?" And I looked around my staff. I thought, somebody's playing a joke on me, and this isn't funny.
It wasn't a joke, and while the colonel thought it initially wasn't funny, he relented when more calls came in to the formerly secret phone line. By the end of the night, Shoup instructed his staff to not only take the calls, but to play along with them, updating Santa's progress.
I said, "Would you repeat that, please? Are you really Santa Claus?" And I knew then that there was some screw-up on the phones. I said, "Yes, I am. Have you been a good little girl?" "Oh, yes, I've been good."
In 1958, CONAD became NORAD, a joint operation between the United States and Canada, but it didn't affect the program. That Christmas Eve, hundreds of volunteers at Cheyenne Mountain and Peterson Air Force Base answered the phones and told kids where Santa was. In the decades since then, the program has expanded. 2015 will feature 157 different phone lines staffed by volunteers like Michelle Obama. There's also been technological improvements as well.
You can go to noradsanta.org, track them on your computers, and you can even download apps to your smartphones or your tablets to track them. So it's pretty high tech now.
The program relies on corporate sponsors like Bing, which provides the mapping software. For the 60th anniversary of the Santa Tracker, Microsoft has gone even further, incorporating its voice-based assistant Cortana to get in on the fun. Kids simply ask Cortana where Santa is, and using the NORAD data, she responds, sometimes even adding a fact or two about the exact location. But if high-tech voice assistants aren't part of your Christmas plan, kids can still call in, just like in 1955. And one day after Santa made his global journey, all they get is a voicemail from 877 Hi NORAD.
Thank you for calling the Norad Santa hotline. Radars indicate Santa has completed his trek around the world and is heading back to the North Pole. Santa is known to return to homes where children were not previously asleep. So if he has not visited you yet, get to bed. Join us again next year as we track Santa around the world.
Cameron Cramer, One America News.